Hey, this is a video by John Lux on the new Rule 506C, which lets you sell securities using advertising to accredited investors. Here's our disclaimer. This is not legal or investment advice of any kind. You want to seek competent advice from qualified attorneys. Your situation may vary. This is just a summary of the rules. This covers the new Reg D Rule 506C, not old Rule 506. Advertising is now allowed for 506C offerings. Under the pre-existing rules, advertising is not allowed under old 506, which is now called 506B. Changes to Rule 506 permit you to use general solicitation and general advertising to offer your securities if you take reasonable documented steps to verify that the investors are all accredited investors and all buyers are accredited investors under Reg D, Rule 501, or you reasonably believe that the investors fall within one of the categories at the time of sale of the securities. Under Rule 501, a person is an accredited investor if he or she has either an individual net worth or joint net worth with a spouse that exceeds $1 million at the time of purchase. This excludes the value and any related indebtedness of a primary residence. Or they can have individual annual income over $200,000 in the two most recent years, or a joint annual income with a spouse over $300,000 for those 2 years, and a reasonable expectation of the same level of income in the current year. The determination of reasonableness of the steps taken to verify an accredited investor is an objective assessment by an issuer. You must consider the facts and circumstances of each purchaser and the transaction. The rule provides a non-exclusive list of methods that issuers may use to verify the requirement for individuals, including reviewing copies of any IRS form that reports the income of the purchaser and obtaining a written representation that the purchaser will likely continue to earn the necessary income in the current year, or written confirmation from a broker, SEC-registered investment advisor, licensed attorney, or CPA that they have taken reasonable steps to verify the purchaser's accredited status. The existing provisions of the old Rule 506 as a separate exemption are not affected by the final 506C rule. You can still do 506 offerings without the use of general solicitation or advertising, and you are not subject to the new verification of income rule. The old rule is now called 506B. You must file a Form D with the SEC on your 506C offering that gives the basic information on the offering. Important to remember, only accredited investors allowed in a 506C offering. In a 506C, you can raise an unlimited amount of money. While 506C provides a list of some ways to verify your investors are accredited, you may use other ways, if reasonable, and you document them. Persons with a certain history of certain violations may be disqualified, or these may have to be disclosed. These are persons associated with the company. The company should verify that none of the insiders fall into these bad boy provisions. State regulations other than anti-fraud rules are preempted by this federal rule, but you may need to file a Form D in some states. If you have questions, email me at john.lux@securities-law.info. Call me at 240-200-4529. 240-200-4529. I've got some blogs you can subscribe to, reverse-merger.info, go-public.info, and I've got some books on Amazon that you might find of use.